Hello and welcome to this very special interaction with someone who was one of my childhood heroes. We are joined now from Mumbai by an absolute legend of football, one of the best of these times. He won the Premier League, captained England 34 times, and even today is still the leading scorer in the EPL by a fair margin. We are delighted to have with us on WION Alan Shearer. Alan, let me begin by asking you that when you were playing, the Premier League wasn't as big in India as it is now. In fact, more people watch the Premier League in India today than Indian football.
Yeah, the Premier League is huge. When you you look at when the Premier League started back in 1992, I was fortunate enough to play in the very first game in the Premier League, to what it is now, how successful it has been, how big it has become around the world. It's I think it is the biggest and the best world in the league, and it was great for me to play in it.
Alan, let me ask you, what do you know of Indian football? Of late, we've had footballers of old like Alessandro Del Piero, Roberto Carlos, Robert Pires come over to play in the Indian Super League. It has given Indian football a global recall in that sense.
Yeah, it's great. I think it's great to be here, to be part of it. I am aware of the ISL and some of the players that you've mentioned in it. It's one of the reasons why we're here, to try and share our experiences from the English Premier League, to try and help you guys make it bigger, make it better over here, and I'm pretty sure we can do that.
Now, Alan, since you are in India, I have to ask you this. You won the Premier League with Blackburn Rovers. It's a club which has Indian ownership, but you have been a very vocal critic in that sense of the way the club is being run.
Yeah, I'm really sorry to see the state that my old club are in. When you look back to when we won the league back in 94-95 season to where they are now, in danger of actually going out of the Championship into League One, I would want the owners to back them financially. If they can secure their status in the Championship this year, and then really look forward to a push to getting out of the Championship and back into the Premier League, because it's a club that's close to my heart. I know what it means to the community of Blackburn, and I want the football club to be back in the Premier League, and hopefully the owners can make that happen by backing the manager with the finances that they need to get out of the situation they're in.
Yes, it's a worrying predicament, but let's talk about the Premier League now, Alan. Chelsea by far ahead of the chasing pack in the Premier League, but I want to know from you that barring a few players, most of the team were the same, which self-destructed under Jose Mourinho. So how has Antonio Conte turned this team around?
He took over the nucleus of a very good squad, and with the addition of 3 or 4 very good players, he changed the system, now playing 3 at the back, which seems to be suiting the players. They all seem very comfortable in that system, and I also think not having European football has benefited Chelsea this year. They've looked fresher than any other team in a lot of the games, and they've been the best team by far, and I think they will go on to win the Premier League.
Now, Tottenham Hotspur have been running up some pretty impressive results of late, but are you worried that the way Harry Kane is going, your record of scoring the most number of goals in the EPL could come under some serious threat?
He's a good player, but he's not that good a player. No, I'm kidding. I like him. I'm a fan of his. I like the way the number of different goals he scores, whether it's with right foot, left foot, in the air. Then I think if he can stay fit, if he stays in the Premier League for the next 10 years, then yeah, he is probably the one guy that might be able to go on and break my record. But I want to enjoy it for a few more years yet.
I have to ask you, Alan, about Leicester City. You know, what they achieved last year was fairy tale stuff. But then last week, they went and sacked the manager, Claudio Ranieri. What do you make of it? Some people are saying player power won. Some people are saying weak ownership.
No, I was very disappointed, because I felt it was an incredible achievement what they achieved last season, winning the Premier League. For Leicester to come in and take the big boys on and beat them was just brilliant. I felt he should have been given longer, an opportunity to turn the situation around, but it was obvious that something had gone on in the dressing room and the players were no longer playing for him. I didn't need the sacking of Ranieri to tell me that the players were not working for him and were not prepared to do the things they were doing last season, this season. And when you look at the stats of the other night, the game against Liverpool, they ran further, they did more sprints. That tells you that they no longer wanted Ranieri in charge, which it's happened before. It happened at Chelsea last season with Mourinho. So if it can happen to one of the biggest and best managers in the world like Mourinho, then it can happen to, unfortunately, it can happen to any manager.
Alan, of late we have seen some really big money coming into English football. Some of the best footballers in the world play in English football. Yet when you look at the Champions League, no English team has won it in recent years. You've got some pretty top-class managers coaching in the EPL right now as well. It can't be the winter break, can it?
No, I don't think that's an excuse. No, I think it's we didn't use the winter break as an excuse when Man United won the Champions League or when Chelsea won the Champions League. It was okay then. The simple fact of the matter is we haven't been good enough. We haven't had the players in our league to go and do that. I hope that can change, because when you look at some of our top clubs now and look at who's managing them, we have some of the biggest and best names in the world in the managers in the Premier League. So I'm hoping that it won't be too long before another English team is successful in the Champions League.
Now on to that burning question in English football. Some veterans of the EPL are struggling at the moment. I'm talking about Arsene Wenger and Wayne Rooney. What do you think? Is it time to move on and seek fresher challenges, or should they stay put?
Well, it happens to everyone. It happens to us all. You can't continue to be brilliant all your life, unfortunately. With Wayne Rooney, he started playing when he was 16. I know he's now only 31, but it looks as if his career at Manchester United is coming to an end. I know he's announced that he will stay there till the end of the season, but I think we'll be surprised if we see him, or we see him at Manchester United next season, albeit he still has a contract with them. And regards to Arsene Wenger, then, he's been hugely successful at Arsenal, getting them into the Champions League every single year. But of course the fans now want and demand the Premier League title. But the same thing happens to Arsenal every year, is that they seem to play some brilliant football for 2 or 3 months of the season. And then when push comes to shove, when they really need to go on and kick on and try and win that Premier League, they always seem to fail. But what I would say is sometimes you have to be careful what you wish for. As just ask Man United fans that when Sir Alex Ferguson left.
Final question to you, Alan. This has been a fantastic interaction with you. We're glad to have you on the show. But if I could ask you to pick one forward of the present times who reminds you of you at your peak, who would it be?
Yes, I think Diego Costa does. I think Harry Kane has a little bit in him as well. They both score goals. They both can lead the line. Both can score all types of goals, whether that's left foot, right foot, bringing people into the game, headers as well, and both big and strong.